we've got the scoop about what went on when the cameras weren't rolling. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes facts about A Star is Born. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most interesting facts about this much-talked-about 2018 film.
There can be 100 people in the room and 99 don't believe in you and just one does, and Bradley Cooper believed in me and I would not be here without him today.
Number 10. It was originally going to star Beyoncé.
You've been a very bad girl. A very, very bad girl, Gaga.
This tidbit has us feeling conflicted, because as much as seeing Gaga in the main role of this hotly anticipated remake was total fan service, we can't even imagine what the movie would have been like in one of its earlier iterations. Before this version went into production, another one was in the works, where Clint Eastwood was going to direct, and Beyoncé was poised to star.
I didn't think that I would ever get the opportunity to be the star.
Bradley Cooper was actually offered the role back then, but he felt he was too young at the time to do it justice. Number 9. The performances were filmed at real concerts. The budget for A Star is Born was a relatively modest $35 to $40 million. So when it came time to film the major concert scenes, the producers had to get a little bit creative. The audiences in those scenes are supposed to be huge, and it would have cost a ton to hire thousands of extras to appear in the background. So instead, Cooper actually got on stage at real concerts to shoot for the film. Kris Kristofferson helped him do this at his Glastonbury Festival show, and he did the same thing at a Willie Nelson concert. That's why it all looks so real.
It would happen so fast, Jimmy. Like, we had 5 minutes. You know, we had 8 minutes at Stagecoach and we had 4 minutes at Glastonbury.
Wait, what if people started booing you?
That would be a problem.
Number 8. Art imitated life and how the leads met. In the movie, Cooper's character Jackson Maine meets Gaga's character Ally when she's performing a rendition of La Vie en Rose at a drag bar. It turns out they plucked this scene straight out of real life. Although the two performers had met briefly before, when Cooper was working on casting A Star is Born, he witnessed Lady Gaga singing the very same song at a cancer benefit show in LA.
And I was singing La Vie en Rose. I was doing a jazz set that evening, and Bradley just happened to be in the audience, and I got a phone call that he wanted to meet me the next day, and he came to my house, and I was like, oh my God, what's going on?
He says he instantly knew this would be something special, adding, quote, "It shot like a diamond through my brain. I love the way she moved, the sound of her voice." Number 7. There's a shout out to Judy Garland. A Star is Born is a story that's been told many times over the decades. It started in 1937 with Janet Gaynor and Frederick March. A remake was made in 1954 with Judy Garland and James Mason. And the most recent version was released in 1976, starring Barbra Streisand and Kris Kristofferson. In a memorable scene from the 2018 version of the film, Gaga's character hums the tune to Somewhere Over the Rainbow, a song which was, of course, made famous by Garland in The Wizard of Oz.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Number 6. Cooper had no musical experience. Bradley Cooper signed on to play a famous rock star for this movie, and yet the Academy Award-nominated actor had essentially no musical experience. For the role, he took on the tasks of learning to play both the guitar and piano, and even spent time with Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam to get an inside look at what the life of a rock star is like.
Just watching you become a musician, it's been a pleasure.
I remember thinking you were always a musician.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, all I gotta do is tell you to practice.
When Gaga first heard Cooper sing, however, she was clearly surprised by his natural talent, saying, quote, "Oh my God, Bradley, you have a tremendous voice," adding, "Has anyone ever heard you sing before?"
Oh my God. I said, Bradley, you have a voice. I mean, that man, he sings from his gut. He sings from his soul.
Number 5. The stars developed their own shared code words. It's clear from seeing the film and watching Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga's interviews that these two have some serious chemistry.
Can I tell you a secret?
I think you might be a songwriter.
But don't worry, I won't tell anybody.
In fact, Gaga said of their first meeting about the film, quote, The second that I saw him, I was like, have I known you my whole life?
I think what was so powerful on set was how sacred the connection was, and that, you know, we were always locked and we were always together.
On set, the two actors even came up with a shorthand in order to communicate effectively. Cooper would whisper the word Tony to Gaga to evoke certain emotions in reference to Tony Bennett, and he would use words like ninja and assassin when he wanted her to have a laser focus. Number 4. Willie Nelson's son wrote some of the songs. In 2016, Bradley Cooper was at a Neil Young concert when he noticed the backing guitarist, who just so happened to be Willie Nelson's son, Lucas Nelson.
Neil enlisted my band, Promise of the Real, to be his backing band.
It was the first time in my life my eyes have gone from Neil Young playing guitar to somebody else on stage.
Clearly, some serious musical talent runs in the family. Nelson and his band Promise of the Real appear in the film as Jackson Maine's band, and Nelson himself penned several of the songs that appear in the final version of the soundtrack.
We were talking about, so who are you going to cast as Jack's band? And I was like, who am I going to cast? No, real musicians, and it's going to be Promise of the Real. That's what's going to be. There is no Jackson Maine without Lucas Nelson.
After working together on the film, Lady Gaga even provided backup vocals for Nelson's 2017 album.
And then I ended up sitting with Gaga, and Stephanie and I really connected musically, and so we started writing together, and then it just sort of kind of snowballed into a big collaborative effort.
Number 3. Cooper got tan happy for his weathered cowboy look. Bradley Cooper wanted to look authentically experienced for his role as a cowboy rocker. And as you can see in the film, the final effect is surprisingly realistic.
Hey.
What?
I just want to take another look at you.
While they were filming, he would go for full-body spray tanning sessions every 2 weeks. And on top of that, he used Vina Liberata's phenomenal 2 to 3 week tan mousse every morning before going on set to make the look even more realistic. It wasn't just his skin, though, that contributed to the final effect, because the on-set makeup artist added eyeshadow at various times during filming to help Cooper look even more tired. Not exactly the effect most of us are going for. Number 2. Real people are featured throughout for authenticity. Just like how they filmed many of the concert scenes at real shows, Cooper and the producers of the film wanted to add authenticity to the movie wherever they could. So rather than casting actors to play minor roles, they often chose real-life figures either Cooper or Gaga knew. So the hair and makeup artists in the movie are played by Lady Gaga's real hair and makeup artists, and her dancers and choreographer were played by her real dancers and choreographer. It makes us wonder why film productions don't do this more often. Number 1. The makeup controversy.
Can I touch your nose?
Oh my gosh.
Let me just touch it for a second.
If there's one thing that people already know about this movie, it probably has to do with this infamous moment. As the story goes, when Cooper met Gaga for a screen test, he took out a makeup wipe and removed all her makeup for her.
He had a makeup wipe in his hand, and he put his hand on my face, and he went like this, and there was makeup. We had put just a little bit, and he said, I want no makeup on your face.
The internet was up in arms about this, because people weren't wild about a man telling a woman how she should present herself. It turns out that in the earliest iterations of A Star is Born, the character that Cooper plays actually does take off the young starlet's makeup. So maybe he was aiming to simply recreate the moment. But we'll let you guys form your own opinions on this one.
What difference does it make how well I sing if my face is so awful?
Your face is just dandy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.